It's Jay-Z on the Rocks. Once again, it is day number 2 of Rockfest 2026. Amplify your soul. And I'm hanging out with some guys that were just on the main stage not too long ago. And I found out this is your first festival ever. I've got Jake, I've got Joe from Autumn Kings. Guys, thanks so much for joining me. How you doing?
We are doing lovely. You know what? It kind of cooled down a tad, so we're not dying as much. 3 Gatorades later, we're surviving, and this is a great way to lose our festival V card. That's
I
for
was
sure.
just gonna say, you popped the cherry.
We popped the cherry. Oh yeah, it was explosive.
It was an explosive set too, and I want to get to some of the stuff, but I kind of want to get a little bit more background on you guys a little bit.
Yeah.
We've been spinning you on 94 Rocks now for the last couple of years.
Wow.
So Sleep When I'm Dead, basically the first song, and then Hellbound, and now your current song, Gone, 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 which we'll talk about, but kind of give us the history a little bit of this band and kind of how it all came about, Jake.
So this gentleman here and I used to work at a store called Freshco. For all the Canadians watching, they'll know what it is. But you guys, what is it in Minnesota? Is it Aldi, Kroger?
Yeah,
Kind of
Aldi would probably good. Yep. Yeah, festivals. Yeah.
I've never heard of this. Okay, just a typical grocery store. Joe was stacking bananas. I called him Banana Boy. And I was a cashier, terrible at my job. But we'd always sort of exchange hellos and just simple niceties. And then one day we caught a break together over lunch, started talking shop. We should start a band sometime, one of those half-hearted, empty promises that everyone makes but doesn't follow through on. And lo and behold, a year later, when I was looking to actually start a band, my band from high school disbanded. Everyone went off to listen to their mommy and daddy, went to engineering school, become a doctor, and I'm like, rock and roll. I saw this man pop up on my Facebook playing a ukulele and singing. And I'm like,
Nice.
That guy looks like Joe from Freshco.
That guy needs to be in a rock.
So, you know, we all have iPhones or Samsungs now, but at that time, this was 2014. I had a BlackBerry, went back to my closet, dug it up, found his number that I had stored from the year before, and I'm like, all right, transfer the number to the iPhone, hit up Joe, yo, you want to start a band? And we kicked it, the chemistry was there, and the rest is history 11 years later.
That's
through all
awesome.
the things that come with being music.
So I got to ask then.
love you guys.
Absolutely.
Let's go.
We got the meet and greet you had earlier, didn't you, the guys?
That's someone else's being green.
Oh, is it?
yeah.
Oh, well, that's okay.
Hey, little buddy.
Hi, Angel.
Yeah, we saw you. Rock on.
Yeah. Oh, you're fine. That's the beauty of this. We're at a festival. So the question I got to ask is the outfits. Did you steal those then from the grocery store or what?
Yeah, this is what we used to wear when I stacked bananas. No, you know what? We thought we'd dress to the nines for our first festival, kind of curate a look. I think it's working.
Yeah, I
You know,
like
this
it.
is the first time that
kinda thought it
everyone's
was
like,
kind of a
"You guys
prep
look
school look
good."
a little bit.
You know what? We thought, what would punk rock kids wear? And we tried to dress nice, and this is as good as we could get.
I like it.
Yeah, you know what? We always try to have dichotomies with the way we go about our brand and our music. So with our song Hellbound, it sounds fun, but the lyrics are actually very dark and menacing. So that contrast creates a very big intrigue, and same with attire. Like, we're playing pretty heavy, serious songs, but we look like a little playful, like we're having fun. So
11 years of doing this, but your first festival. Is it kind of exciting that you finally feel like you've gotten to the next step?
yeah, it's crazy. You know, COVID was really tough for us because we had gained all this momentum, and then all the tour dates stopped. Everything was taken from us, and we didn't know how long it was going to be. In Canada, it was like 2 whole years before we were able to get back on track. And so after COVID, we just had to rebuild from scratch, and it was no intellectual decision or thinking. It was just
intellectual decision.
there's never, no. And it's like, well, what's our alternative? Is to get a real job, and we don't want to get a real job. So we kept climbing and grinding, signed with Hopeless Records in 2024, and that was a big turning point. Having management, having the record deal, kind of opened some doors, and then of course we have to deliver with the songs and the live show, and nobody's saying something too stupid that'll get us canceled. And
Fingers crossed.
fingers crossed, we're doing all right so far.
So far, so good. Sleep With I'm Dead. Let's talk about that for a little bit when that
Yeah.
came out. And we got it on radio. I don't know if
you.
did Octane push that one.
Yeah, it was a big
I figured they did. So you've got a big push from Octane and Rock Radio. How important has that been a part of building the brand today?
Oh, I could safely say it really got our foot in the door with radio, and I think to a larger audience that we didn't really have when we were going at it independent. Actually, we just saw Shannon Guns backstage for the first time, met her in person, so it was great. So Vincent over there is a huge supporter of ours, and we can't thank them enough, honestly.
Yeah, it's crazy because in rock, you would think with the internet and all these independent hip hop artists that you can go it alone, you can build your own thing. It sounds really sexy, like it's the talked about trend right now. But in rock, you really do need that muscle and that infrastructure. People take you seriously when they see that you're signed to Hopeless Records, when you're played on the radio. You know, radio is still huge. It's very important. It transfers to ticket sales. It leads to better tour offers. It is a big deal. And Octane, you know, to be blunt, was pivotal for us. Like, once that happened, then you got all the buzz and the people calling. And look, where were you 3 years ago? We're not better now than we were 3 years ago. You know what I mean? But you know, you got to play the game too.
Absolutely. You know? Let's talk about your style a little bit, because you do kind of go different styles. I mean, with Gone, 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 that's really heavy. With Hellbound, it's a little more playful, I guess, even though it's a dark song.
Right.
Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, we've never been able to stay pigeonholed to one genre, but some of our favorite bands do, like AC/DC. Dare I might say Breaking Benjamin, in a lot of ways. They have their sound. Rise Against, one of my favorite bands of all time. For us, our self-diagnosed ADD forbids us from ever sticking to one sonic palette. And so this record that we've got coming out in September called Epiphanies, it's got a mixture of Hellbound to a song called Youngbloods that we just debuted today.
There's a waltz in there. There's a waltz in the new record.
Yeah, there's a song that waltzes and dances, and then you have Gone, which is like a borderline metal song. And we do that mainly to keep ourselves entertained. But I will say too, when I listen to a full record nowadays, I don't want it to all sound like it's the same snare sound, the same guitar tone, the same sort of grit on the vocals. We like to have variety. The Beatles did that very, very well. And Fall Out Boy does it well. Panic at the Disco does it. Muse, one of our bands. System of a Down. Like, I could go on and on. We try to stay more in that lane and keep it fresh and interesting.
You know, you mentioned radio that's helped you out. How about who else in the industry has kind of helped you guys out? Or are you still looking for people maybe to kind of grasp on to you? Obviously, you mentioned Shannon's back there, obviously with Chad Gray. Maybe there's an opportunity. I mean, looking for those next big breaks.
Yeah, it's funny because the temptation we had when we were 18 was to think that one big break will change everything. And then as we go through this music business more and more, you realize it's a series of micro breaks that really lead to it. So when we played in the United Kingdom, why did I just say United Kingdom? UK. And so formal, guys.
I like that. Well,
See,
you're wearing
you pegged us for, yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
It's the prep school look.
We played in the UK in Manchester for the first time in October, and one of the promoters of Download Fest was there. So it's like, is that guy going to change our career fundamentally? Probably not, but he's going to do big damage in that one area, and you have to meet people like that, like the Shannons at Octane, like all of the radio people we're talking with, like yourself, and then it all just incrementally adds up to where we want to go, which is to be an arena selling act. So there isn't one particular person. We've got a great team, label, agent, publisher, you know, management, and we've got each other. And you know what? Being in a band, I always say, if you're a solo artist, I don't know how they do it. You got to have balls. Like, you don't have anyone to check yourself with when you're going crazy. For us, if one of us is losing it or it's a tough time on the road, you just laugh at the absurdity of it and you move on. It's easier.
So 2 songs out, obviously Sleep When I'm Dead and also Hellbound, top 20 songs. When I came over here on Wednesday, we're a media-based activator station. You were number 8 on the charts this week in that. And you're trending
Gone
to be
is number
top
8?
10 in the rolling mainstream chart too, is coming around the corner. So I'm guessing with Gone, 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 you're going to have your first top 10 song coming up here. And I'll be honest with you, as a programmer and doing this for 30 years, it is definitely by far your best song that I've at least heard from you guys yet. What is it going to feel like when you have your first top 10 song?
Did we know that?
No, I don't think we knew that. I knew we were at 12.
On the activator, you're at number 8, and I think on the regular the main chart, you're at 12 going in to this week, and I think you'll eventually move up to probably 10. As us on 94 Rocks, we just put you in power rotation.
Dude,
you're getting a lot of spins. So absolutely,
Thank you,
you've got a hit.
Thanks.
I think you've got a chance, and it's tough in this industry as an independent artist, or now at least with a label that you are, to get where you're at. But I think you've got a chance very well to get to maybe that top 7, top 5 possibly.
Yeah.
But yes, you are in the top 10 at least on the activator this week.
That's surreal. It's crazy to hear. And I think the best thing is this is our 3rd radio single. And each single, it becomes bigger and bigger and higher up the charts. And for us, in a world where it's easy to focus on streams and meta ads, we go and we play acoustically at every radio station that we can. And it's funny, we just do it. We used to play acoustic gigs. We used to gig 3 times a week, save up money playing cover gigs. Now we're doing this, and our management's saying, you guys are one of the only ones willing to actually do this. And we're like, really? This doesn't seem like, it seems like a no-brainer to do it. You have to meet people in person. You can't replicate that on a Zoom interview, in my opinion. You gotta like meet people and connect on a human level.
Absolutely. And I think we like going to those stations to show you guys the love. Like, you guys are really helping us out and putting us on and kind of taking a risk on, a newer band to radio. So we love going and meeting you guys and playing and meeting the fans you guys bring in. So it's honestly fun for us.
Yeah.
It's a little early, but it's fun.
okay.
Sometimes the 6:30 a.m.s, you're like, oh gosh, I need like 6 more coffees before I sing. But it's worth it.
So I learned today, obviously, a new song, you guys, that you're going to be releasing. It sounds like in September. I'm Only Human.
Yeah.
So I remember that. And then I also, is that when the new album Epiphanies is going to be coming out too? Then?
Yeah, Epiphanies is gonna be coming out September 18th. Only Human will be the next radio single too. So did we get you a sneak peek to it yet?
No, not yet. But
Okay.
I just got a sneak peek live.
yeah.
So I mean, that's good enough, I think. But
Oh, nice, nice.
You can give me a sneak peek anytime.
I'll give you the Dropbox. Yeah.
You can do that.
That's perfect.
Just
yeah.
doesn't mean I can play it yet, but I mean,
Right,
I'll stick to the rules, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm kind of a rule breaker, though, a little bit.
Oh,
but, I mean,
snap.
yeah,
I
but
love
anyway,
it. Management's going to call, excuse me.
Yeah,
Rich.
you can
Listen,
take
brother,
that
listen.
up. I've actually had management call me before about when I videoed a brand new song that they hadn't released yet, and they said, you need to take that down.
Okay,
So
listen.
it has happened to me before.
If Jason calls, who he won't, I'll say, Jason, we're vibing out in the birdcage right now. You had to be there to understand the chemistry.
Absolutely.
You would have done the same thing.
And I'm going to say, I'm sorry, Jason, but we did that. No, I'm joking.
So talk about the new album coming up. Obviously, it's going to feature some of the songs you've already released, and then you've got some new ones too.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to have some of the ones we put out, Sleep, Hellbound, Only Human that we just played, Gone, 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 the new single. And we're going to have a bunch of others, like a couple ballads. You know, it's funny with the ballads with our band. We think that these could be crossover songs like what Nickelback or Shinedown had with Second Chance. And when we were independent, they never clicked or connected. And we have a song called Time that we think could be a big one. We're like, we're not doing it, man. We're just doing the straight rock bangers. And until one of those hit, then we'll save it for the ballads. But we got ballads coming out, waltz songs like Joe said too. The song Youngbloods that we just played live is actually in the studio going to have Howard Jones from Killswitch Engage on the record.
I heard that
Yeah,
too. That's pretty cool.
Oh, dude, like I used to play My Curse by Killswitch Engage on that video game, Guitar Hero 3. You remember this, right?
I do.
Insanity. And to be like in our 20s and our management saying like, yo, Howard digs the track. I'm like, goosebumps, just goosies. And Epiphanies is an interesting record because this is the first record we've done in 10 years of being a band where we feel like we've got real life experience to back up our lyrics. We're just two dudes from the suburbs. And the hardest thing, we had no American Idol story. There's no like, my dad beat me when I was 6. I mean, he might have got mad when I didn't close the orange juice cap, but like, I didn't have that. And you didn't really have that. I mean, your dad definitely yelled, Italian guy. Right?
I mean, yeah, definitely foreign dad. I got yelled at quite a bit, but I mean, I'm okay.
But so we didn't have that deep, there wasn't that sticking point or that story to tell. But after COVID and after we had to rebuild and keep pushing on for 10 years as a band, we felt like we got real world experience and battle scars, and this is the first record that touches on those experiences.
So normally what happens is you put out a record, then there has to be some kind of tour. So has there already been something announced out there? What do we have going on
Well,
for
yeah,
that?
we're heading out with Black Veil Brides that in September to coincide with the release of the album. So we're really pumped to go out with them, and we have an Archers tour booked before that. So we'll be out all of September. So check your tickets and see if we're going to be hitting your city.
Yeah, and then hitting Europe is in the works for early next year. I hate teasing stuff now, dude. We're always like, stay tuned. It's gonna something is brewing. It's like, give me the specificity.
You know, it's fine. I've done these interviews before with many different artists. They've teased it, and then 2 years later, it finally happened. So I mean, no worries, guys. I mean, you're not stuck to it.
Yeah.
It might be written about, but then they'll be like, yeah, what's happened to these guys?
You know,
They said they were going overseas.
I blame it on you and all the radio people who play us, because what happens is we have a single, and then the record's going to come out at this date, and then the single does well. We're deeply thankful. And then they push everything back because they want the single to get the focus. So it's a good problem to have. But this record's been pushed back for probably about 1.5 years.
I was wondering that because obviously and I was just going to ask that. Some guys like to put out, our gals, artists, put out single, album. Some of them just like to throw the album out right away.
Yeah.
What's your philosophy?
You know what? We used to have an old philosophy when we were independent, was drop often and drop as much as you can. Every 6 weeks, put out a new song. But now that this is the analogy I give, is we used to be on a jet ski, so we could kind of move more quickly than we are now, but we'd run out of gas quick. We'd run out of financial resources, right? Now with the backing of the whole team, it's like you have the label help, but everything moves slow as a snail because everything's got to coordinate and work together. And so I'd still rather be on the cruise ship because you're going to last longer and you ultimately get to where you want to go. Smoother ride. It's just going to take a bit longer. So,
all right, any other secrets you want to tell me about right now since you've been talking secrets?
Yeah.
Do we have any secret? What do you want to say? I feel like you're going to say so. I'm nervous to give you the microphone. Oh, God. I'm Spider-Man? No.
Secrets are out right now?
What do people not know about you guys right now?
What do people not know about
What's
us?
something, you know, the internet now, you type on everything and they find out everything about you, but what's something that
What don't they know
what
about?
they
What's
don't
your
know
middle
about you
name?
yet?
I mean, my middle name is Peter. I'm half Lebanese, I'm half Macedonian. I grew up in Canada, now I live in LA, traveling everywhere. Joe's grandparents make the best salsiccia Italian dish, and your parents too, right? We have very supportive parents. I think that's a big part of it too. Deep secret. Some people hate their parents. It's like, call your mom. We talk to people, they're like, I don't call my mom. It's been 3 weeks. So there's nothing to talk about. I'm like, we're both immigrants. It's like, call your freaking parents. So I don't know. Is that a secret? I don't know if we have any others.
That's the funniest thing I think we've ever said in an interview. Yeah, what the hell? That's a secret.
That's a secret.
I don't have any. I think that's what makes the record so good. We don't hold anything back.
That's good. That's
Yeah,
good.
it's all out on the table here.
All right, last question here before we let you go. We're on Jay-Z on the Rocks, so it's kind of something about the drinking kind of thing. So if you're not drinkers, that's fine. But do you have a favorite cocktail or a favorite mocktail that you like? So
He's
we'll
not
start
a
with you.
drinker.
Yeah, that's
Honestly,
fine. That's
I think
fine.
I was inspired by The Big Lebowski. I actually love a White Russian.
Okay.
Love a
There
White
you go.
Russian. Right, but nice nightcap, right?
Yeah.
But I've been loving the Negronis or just Campari straight.
Okay.
It's the Italian blood in me. I don't know. I like the bitterness, so I
Love
think
it.
that's my
Love
go-to.
it.
Yeah,
Love it.
yeah,
That's your go-to.
my
Okay.
go-to.
Now, like I said, if you're not
Yeah,
a drinker,
no,
but
no.
a mocktail. That's becoming a big thing now, or
It
these
is.
dirty sodas, or all those kind of things. I mean,
Yeah, I'm not. The thing is, I'm not particular. Like, I never remember the name. Kind of like when I eat sushi, I'm like, yeah, that
just
looks
tell us
good.
the ingredients.
But
Then.
I like not too sweet, not too bitter, somewhere in the middle. Give me a good mocktail, I'm happy. It's easy.
Nice. Well, and then you know what? We'll get some secrets here. You got
Yes.
any girlfriends or anything at all?
Well, this man's wait, yeah, girlfriends, girlfriend.
Well,
and then-
there's two of you here. So,
Yeah.
You use the plural.
That's
for
right.
that.
I have a
So if
girlfriend,
I'd have said,
longtime
hey, Joe, do you have a
girlfriend.
girlfriend?
Yeah. I
Hey,
wouldn't.
Jake, do you have a girlfriend?
And this guy's married.
He is married. Yeah, I got married last August.
Oh,
to a lovely
congratulations.
lady.
Yeah.
Actually, she prefers to be called a girl because she doesn't want to feel old. But her name's Delaney. She's wonderful. And yeah, we met when I was living in Nashville, and I was roommates with her brother, and he would always FaceTime his family back home. And I'm like, she's kind of hot, but I don't want to be that weird roommate. So I had to it was kind of like the music business. You really had to navigate the dynamics.
Taught you a lot.
Taught a lot. But it's interesting, like when I was 18, I thought any woman in my life would be a massive distraction to what we do. Like,
Yeah.
didn't want to think about it. But the right one can make it 10 times better. And we've both had long-time girls in our life, and it's the best thing. It's the best thing, like the whole glamour of doing all the crazy rock stuff. Bro, we don't have time to do that. We had 4 interviews today and a performance, and now we're driving 8.5 hours to Grand Rapids. Ain't got no time for them hoes.
We talk about it all the time. We're like, how the hell did people in the 80s and like 70s just have multiple girlfriends?
Right.
In different area codes, bro.
Always a different area code.
Dude, how'd they do that, man?
yeah.
Yeah, we can't. We're one girl guys.
Yeah.
Gal. I was gonna say gals.
One girl at a time.
Very, very monogamous. Yeah. Very monogamous.
Hey, I get it. I mean, I kind of grew up in that era a little bit, so I'm a little bit older than you. But the rock star image has definitely changed a lot.
Yeah, it's changed a lot. Like if you look at every time, every time we go to like something where there are other bands, we'd always look at each other and we're like, how uncool do we look right now? Everyone's got like the tats everywhere, the hair, the makeup, and I'm like, I look like a soccer player whenever I have like dressed in my casual attire. It's
Are you
so
rooting
good.
soccer today? Is it today? Is it
It's tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Okay.
We're gonna
Yes.
be watching it. We're gonna get his laptop and stream it while we drive.
Okay.
Where are we going?
Who you rooting for?
I'm going Argentina.
I'm gonna go. You know,
You
what?
gonna go Spain?
I'm gonna go Argentina. I feel like there's a bit
Oh,
of
okay.
not underdog, but
I could care.
not underdog,
It's
but like
football,
I'd love for Argentina to like have a
Give it to
moment for
Messi.
themselves.
Give it to Messi.
Yeah, that would be great. We were trying to watch the game the other day. It was England against who was it?
Argentina.
Was it Argentina? Yeah. Had the data. We were driving to actually here, and my data went out, and we missed the 2 goals where Argentina came back. I was so pissed, but we're gonna
happens.
get it right. Yeah,
It happens.
It's World Cup's the best, man.
It is. It is. Hey, guys, thanks so much for hanging out with me for a few moments, taking up your time. Once again, congratulations on the early success of your career. Good luck
you.
to the album coming up,
Thank you.
the touring too, and you guys rocked it today here at Rockfest.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for the support. It's exciting. It's been a day. Appreciate it.
Once again, that is Jake. That is Joe. They are Autumn Kings. I'm Jay-Z on the Rocks.